What's up, everybody? Jed Johnson here from dieselcrew.com. Of course, you know they call me Napalm. I got another video for you in the 31 days of Q&A. Today's sponsor is the Grip Strength Seminar, which I held in July of 2022. You're not going to find a better resource online that'll get you started in grip sport than this one right here. And I also was able to cover plenty of information about other sport-specific training, including powerlifting, jiu-jitsu, all kinds of stuff was covered in this seminar. So make sure to check that out in the description box, along with the playlist link for all of the videos in the 31 days of Q&A and other ways that you can support the channel. Today's topic comes from my man, Doug Carney. Thank you for all your support. He's a lifetime member at TGA. He's bought hoodies, t-shirts, products, all kinds of stuff. Coaching calls. Really appreciate you, Doug. You are the man. And he sent in a good question. He says, where do you think growth potential lies for grip sport, and what should people start / continue doing to support it? So this is what I'm going to talk about today. The single biggest growth opportunity for grip sport, in my opinion. Over the last couple years, there's been, I'm going to say, an explosion in Canada of new grip sport competitors that actually have phenomenal potential, and it has been done by visiting climbing gyms. Now, I'm not focusing strictly on going to climbing gyms in order to find people, but the biggest growth opportunity is face-to-face interaction with people who may be interested potentially in getting involved. So what do we have to do? We have to find opportunities to get one-on-one or at least face-to-face interactions with people and get their hands on the implements. The forums, the social media pages, it's not going to get people involved actively. It is very hard to move someone to action just by looking at something online when it's something that is as complicated as grip sport is. There's a lot that goes into this. So you can't just put up videos and expect people to say, oh, I'm going to go buy all this stuff and start training it. No, it's not going to happen. It has nothing to do with all the handles. It has nothing to do with all the brands of grippers that are out there. It's just that there's a lot that goes into this. So the face-to-face interaction is where it's at. You got to get people addicted. You got to kiss their ass a little bit when they're doing stuff and get those juices flowing and make them feel good about what they're doing. The most important thing I ever did was get Luke to come to my house and have him run through a bunch of challenges, start out with easy stuff, and kiss his ass a little bit. Oh, wow, you just did 4 10s? That's phenomenal. You know, you got to make the person feel good, pump them up a little bit, and start that addiction to the feeling of accomplishing stuff. So there's lots of examples of how to do this. One thing I used to do is I would find opportunities to run grip challenges in tandem with other things that were going on. So whether it was a strongman contest, arm wrestling tournament, or even like a minor fitness expo, I sometimes would be reached out to take part in these, or I would reach out to the organizers and offer to take part in these. And then what you have is the opportunity where you can take a bunch of stuff with you and get people's hands on the equipment and pump them up. That's what it's all about, getting them pumped up. This is something you should try, man. Come on over. Try lifting these 10s. Try picking that hub up, stuff like that. Really basic stuff, nothing too complex where they have to worry about technique and form, just brute strength stuff where they can slap their hand on there and try to pick it up. So there's all kinds of opportunities for that. You can go to gyms, you can go to tournaments and competitions, offer your services up free or maybe a very small charge, but keep the barrier to entry very low. You always want to approach people with an open hand. I can do this for you. I can make this exciting for your clients. Let me come in and tell people about something I'm passionate about. And what could happen is you could be invited back more regularly in order to do other things. You can go in, just share some information. You can go in and run a mock grip contest in some of these follow-up interactions. There's a lot of things you can do. If you use your imagination, you can figure something out. But you got to get in there and you have to kind of play a role where you're like the ambassador of grip for this small location and try to get people involved. You can't just go in there and, hey, come try this. Oh, nice job, thanks. And just let them walk away. You have to interact with the person. So not everybody's going to be properly built for this. You have to be somewhat social. You have to be able to interact with people and get like a conversation going, okay? So that's number one. Find opportunities to do that. Next, I would strongly suggest having some kind of a handout. So I have taken a handout to people, to these interactions, and given it to people so that they can follow up later on. It gives them a review of what they saw, an explanation of what they saw, and how they can find out more. It's not easy to draw this up, and frankly, if someone wanted one, I could send them what I have. Now, I'm telling you, I have not updated that in a while. There'd be a lot of ways to enhance it. Take it, run with it, edit it how you want to. I am totally happy with that. All you have to do is contact me and I'll send you this document, make it a living document and change it. And I would love for you to send back what you modified back to me so that maybe it's probably better than what I have. Mine's probably like 10 years old. So you'd be helping me out as well. And then the next time I go and do something like this, then I would have an even better resource that I could hand out to people. So we could really help each other out on that. But the follow-up has to take place. There must be follow-up. So you have the initial interaction, you give the handout, then you got to follow up with the person. So you got to either get their phone number, you got to friend them up on Facebook, connect with them on Instagram, or even better would be to get their email address and tell them that we have a newsletter that goes out every week, almost every week, and would provide information for them on more opportunities that they could take advantage of for getting into the sport. So if you, what I would do is I would have them enter it into your phone on like a notes document. And the reason why is if you have people write stuff down, it's going to be so messy, and probably 50% of the email addresses I've gotten in person that were written down, they don't work because they write stuff so scribbly that I can't tell what the hell they wrote. So I don't do that anymore. I have them enter it in on my phone themselves, or I have them tell me what it is and then I verify what it is. So then you can send the email to me and I get them added in on the newsletter, and then they get notifications about all this brand new stuff coming their way. And then they'll know when there's contests in their area. There'll be, I send out videos for the grip show with interviews and other things that, other videos that I put up that are, probably like this video here will end up in the newsletter at some point. So that is, I think, the single biggest opportunity. Face-to-face interaction that is going to emphasize getting the person pumped up. Some kind of handout where they can go find out more information on their own, in a way for you to follow up with them, because you need to be able to follow up with all these people for all of the other things that you're going to be doing, because you're going to set something up once a month or in a couple of weeks, and you want to make sure that you can get a hold of them to let them know that you're going to be there so they can come and try those things again or new things that you're bringing, etc., etc. And then forward the information to me, and then I will keep them in the loop about official ongoings from the organization. So this is what I think. This is my take on all this. Don't depend on forums and social media to do it for you. We got to become our own ambassadors, our own grip sport ambassadors. Get out there, get in people's faces. That's the way to do it, in my opinion. If anyone else has any thoughts, put them in the comments section below. Questions in the comments section below. Check out the description box for the Grip Strength Seminar, the playlist, and other resources that will help support the channel. And be sure to give it one of these. Make sure you subscribe, and all the best in your training. Take care.